Hello, this is Todd Cruz again. I'm creating a video number two about my abstract art. I do not have an art channel per se. I'm not trying to make money off of my YouTube videos. I'm not trying to get popular with my art necessarily, but I'm more experimenting with video and trying to learn how to do it and gain some confidence speaking in front of a camera. But I thought, what better than to actually explain some of my paintings? I'm an artist hobbyist. I've created about 500, more than 500 paintings over the last 30, 40 years. And I've been experimenting with all sorts of different techniques. And in this series of videos, I don't know how many I'll make, but I want to explain some of my paintings, how I made them, the thought process, why they look like they do, what they mean, what do they represent. Uh, this one is called Galaxy 36, and it's made out of oil paints on canvas. Essentially, what I was trying to do here was experiment with little string twine and putting it in a jar of it was, I believe, it was a kind of a greenish blue paint, thinned down with paint thinner. So it's very, very watery, not watery, but very thin, not thick paint, right? So you could dip the string in there, and I pulled it up, and then I carefully laid it down onto the canvas to sort of make some patterns, and then let it dry. Pull the string up. Probably pull the string up before it dried so it wouldn't stick. But it created these really interesting splash patterns on the canvas, and I can show you that here. You can see how it looks like. You can see some of the areas like in the lower right where it's kind of got these little splash patterns where the string was laid down. Um, and so I wanted to see what I could do with string on the canvas and the patterns that it would create. So I call this sort of what do we call it? Compulsive obsessive, where the compulsive part up front is just kind of like, laying things down on the canvas, not thinking really very hard about what is going to happen. Um, just sort of experiment around. And then the obsessive part is after it dries, I start looking at the patterns and what I want to do with it. So you can see here where I started filling in the spaces that the string made, in different colors. You see some white, some blue, some yellow, filling in the shapes that the string created. So it almost comes out like a stained glass effect or look. Um, and then I also painted on top of where the strings were with some lighter blue. You can see I kind of painted in the lines, and I was trying to stick to more of a pastel color palette here, and I think it turned out pretty nicely. Here in the lower right corner, you can see that I've also added some very faded shapes of squares and such to kind of create a little bit more depth. Um, but the overall painting effect here is, blues and yellows, sort of nice calming colors. It's not too dense, not too packed with too much to look at, perhaps, arguably. For my style, it's not that dense. But my wife and I really like this painting. We had it hanging in our house for quite a while, just because it's more of a calming color palette. I really like the experimentation of the strings, and I'm thinking about how to do more with that. Um, so overall, the overall effect, we just kind of like it. So that's pretty much Galaxy 36. And my name is Todd Cruz, and that's my website. Thanks for watching.